Hi guys, it's Nick. Okay, it's Sunday today, and I haven't been out to the car boot sales because it was tipping it down this morning. The weather was absolutely awful. It's really nice now, but it's now like afternoon, and they'd all be packing up. So I didn't go out today, but yesterday we actually had a stall at a car boot sale. We were clearing out a load of Ellen's old stuff and a load of clothing stock that we needed to get rid of. And also I took down, well, I had a big box of CDs that had accumulated over the last year of stock from job lots that wasn't worth reselling, some bits of sticky stock that I tried to sell and wasn't shifting, and various other bits and bobs, and a box of DVDs and stuff. So I took all of those down. We cleared a ton of the CDs and did quite well on those, and also took down the old Mac that used to sit here, Andrea's old Generation 5 Mac. I took that down because I could have put it on eBay, but prices are all over the place and it's really heavy. I didn't really want to trust that to a courier as well, they're quite fragile. And prices, like I say, were all over the place. So I took it down there and thought I'll chance my arm and try and get 50 quid for it. And it went immediately. It was picked off as soon as I put it on the stall, which was cool. And I also took a really old Generation 4 Mac down there, the old little dome ones with a little swivel screen on. We'd had that kicking around for ages, and on eBay they're only worth 20 or 30 quid, so I took it down there and got 20 quid, and that went immediately. So we've made £70 within about 5 minutes of being there. And then I went out and had a look around the boot sale. I wasn't really, trying to find loads of stock. I've still got a massive backlog, and because we're still finishing off the shop and putting all our time in that, I don't have a lot of time to list, but I still found a bit of a heap, and I picked up a few clothing bits for the shop as well, because that's kind of my focus at the moment. But then also I went to my favourite charity shop in Stevenage again last week. I was over at B&Q picking up some bits of stuff for the shop, and I popped in there. I think it's only the second time I've been back there since I did that video, and they just always have a really good selection of board games. So let me show you quickly what I picked up in that charity shop in Stevenage. Firstly, a classic Monopoly at £1.50. It's in really good nick, and that's an easy £10 with shipping on top. Usually I'd get back on that. And then they had two of these. I've not actually had this, friends, seen it. I've seen several people talking about these. I've never sold many of the Seen It games. This one was £1. This sells for £10 to £12 quite easily on eBay. Some people have managed to get up to 15 for it. They actually had two of these. One marked at £1, as you can see there, which I grabbed, and another one marked at 75 pence. So yeah, I grabbed both of those. So they were nice, in lovely condition those. And then they had a Screwball Scramble. I've sold this so many times. This one, I've talked about these before, I know, but for those of you that haven't seen the other videos, what you want to be aware of with these is they should have a little timer, little like clockwork timer, which sits in the back of the game here. And of course, check that they've got their ball bearing. This is the thing that is usually missing. Oh, it's stuck in there. I'm not sure that's the right size. Anyway, it's got a ball, and if that is the wrong size, which it looks like it is because it's actually stuck in the little flipper there, I'd sell the spares on eBay anyway, so I can replace that. But this bit here, this little thing here, is broken. It should have a hoop on the top of it that the ball jumps through to get from here up to here, and they're very often missing, or quite often, as in this case, they're snapped off. Now, it's not the end of the world. You can still sell it, and it doesn't really detract from the money, but just remember to mention that in your listing. If you find one of these, check if it has the hoop or not. But yeah, I mean, that'll be a £10 sale easily. So that was nice. And then I picked up one of these for £1. It's the James Bond Seen It. I wasn't really sure if it was worth going on. but I grabbed it anyway. And yeah, sales are kind of all over the place. I just checked on eBay. The very top end on this is a tenner, more likely sort of £7 or £8. Probably more of a Christmas sale, that one, if I can be bothered to hang on to it till then. But yeah, I picked that one up for £1. Race night, I always grab these. That one was £1 as well. I've sold this so many times, it's ridiculous. I pick them up all over the place, and I usually get £10 with shipping on top for that. And then a quite nice copy of Vintage Frustration for £1. I find this edition goes well, usually from around the £10 mark. So yeah, that was cool. So I think the total I spent was £7 or £7.50, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games there. If you say an average of £10, I get back on those. So £7.50 into 70 quid. Not bad for. I was in there for about 10 minutes. So that was fun. And then yeah, the boot sale we were at yesterday. I didn't say I got recognised again. A YouTuber, well, a YouTube viewer, somebody who subscribes to my channel, was there, and he came up and said hello. I can't remember what his name was. I'm not sure if I got his name. So hi, if you're watching. It was lovely to meet you. And yeah, it's quite bizarre getting recognised. We had a little bit of a chat, and I was really tired and not really on the planet, so I'm sorry if I wasn't very chatty at that point. But yeah, it's great to meet you, and we had a chat about the shop and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm still getting recognised. I just spoke to Tom on text actually, and he got recognised again. So yeah, it's quite mad. But yeah, I had a wander around the boot sale while we were there with our stall and picked up a few bits. So I'll run through those. I bought this box, this tub of stickle bricks for 50p. Absolute steal. It's got a baseboard in it. I mean, those you can sell for up to a £5 on their own, £4 or £5. And a load of stuff in it. Some really nice little butterfly pieces. Now this, I might resell it, and I could get up to a tenner on it maybe. But it may go in the shop on our little kiddies table with our Duplay. Don't know yet. So there was that. And then I picked up these. I'd seen in another video, there's a young kid who started doing videos. I think his name's Bobby. And he was talking about these match attacks. And I've seen these on and off at the boot sales and always steered clear. But he was talking about how he'd done really well reselling the cards and selling certain limited edition ones, special edition ones individually. Anyway, I saw these on a stall. One is, it's like a World Cup one, and it's not complete, but it's almost there. And this one is virtually full, so I think it's a complete set. And this is a league one, Barclays Premier League 09-10. And I got them for £1 an album, so I really don't think I can go far wrong there. I mean, they're really heavy. There's hundreds and hundreds of cards in them. So yeah, they were £1 each. Don't know yet what sort of value's in them or how I'm going to sell them, whether I'll break them down or just sell them as albums like that. But yeah, so I got those for £2. I picked up a Yahtzee for 50p, which sells for sort of £6–7. It's also got this inside, which is a Yahtzee score pad. It's got a little score pad in it, so I can sell it with its own one. Oops. So it's got the score pad in there already anyway. So I will take this out. I sold the score pads on their own before. You can get sort of £4 or £5 just for that. So that was quite a result for 50p. Triominoes for 50p. Not a lot of money in it, sort of £6–7. It's a different version to. I picked up a Triominoes in that charity shop I was just talking about a while back. I think it was in the video that I filmed in there actually, and that was a different version in a big rectangular box. This is a different one in a triangular box. But yeah, that was fine. A Lexmark 17 cartridge I paid £1 for. Should get up to about £10 back on that. Upwards for £1. I've sold this so many times. I usually get about £10 back on it. A vintage Connect 4. The box is a bit bashed up and it's missing a couple of these, but I've got so many spares. I'll soon make that up. That was £1. With the box in that condition, don't know, £7 or £8 maybe I'll get back. Not that great really. Don't panic. It's essentially inside. It's just this buzzer thing and a deck of cards. There's not much in there, but I've sold it before and I tend to get about £10 for it. And that was £1. And I picked up these. These were interesting. I paid £1 for the pair. This chap is Cesar Millan. He's a world famous dog trainer. He's kind of known as the dog whisperer. He's had a TV show and all sorts. And these are like decks of cards. Let me show you. So that decks of these cards, and there's all these hints and tips on all these different cards. They look unused, to be honest, but they're obviously not sealed, so I can't sell them as new. And I've looked into them. I could get up to £10 each on these, and one of them, I can't remember which, is going for silly money on Amazon, so I may put one of them on Amazon. So yeah, for £1 for the pair, so 50p each, I'll do well out of those. They're worth looking out for if you spot them. So there was those. A One Direction 4 album. This is their latest album. Paid £1 for it. I've already stuck it on Amazon. Should get about a £5 back after fees and stuff. Some kids books. These are David Walliams books. Now he's kind of the #1 kids author currently, and his books are hugely popular. My daughter's read all his books. And these they're pretty much crispy and new. They look unread. So that's Gangster Granny, Mr. Stink, again crisp and mint like new these, and The Boy in the Dress. I got those 3 for £1, and David Walliams stuff is perfect for bundling. They go really well in bundles. You can get up to about £2 a book when you bundle up the David Walliams stuff. Sometimes more for the hardback stuff. I've sold the hardback ones as well in bundles. So yeah, look out for the David Walliams books. You know, pay up to 50p for them if they're in pretty good nick, and you can bundle them up really well. So that was a nice find. And then I was at a stall and I was chatting with a woman. She was talking about this Wii Fit and didn't really know what it was. She was selling it for a neighbour. I wasn't really that interested. I wasn't really there to pick up loads of stock. And she was like, I'm not really sure what it is. Are you interested in this? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, not particularly. How much are you asking for it? And she said, I've got no idea. I don't even know what it is. And I said, I explained what it was. And I said, shall I check for you if it's got the software in it? Because that will help you to sell it if it's complete. So I opened it up and then I realised it was brand new and sealed. It's all in its seal inside. The software is still factory sealed. And then I was suddenly much more interested. I mean, I had picked these up second hand before for about £5 and sold them for about £20. But then I said to her, what are you looking for? And she said a tenner. And I said, I'll give you 8 if you wanted to get rid of it. And she agreed, so I ended up picking that up for £8. And because it's new inside, I may be able to get about 30 back on it. So that wasn't too bad in the end. But yeah, I was trying not to pick up tons of stuff and ended up kind of doing it anyway. Ooh, excuse me. And then I picked up a huge job lot. There's about 20 or more of these. These are Carry On DVDs. They were issued as a periodical with a magazine, and most of them, well, maybe not most, over half I think, are all still factory sealed. Like these, you know, these are all sealed. And I got the whole lot, the whole lot for £4. I'm not really sure what sort of money's in it, but I've seen certain ones sell on their own, not for masses, sort of £3 or £4 top end for certain titles, but I'll probably do it as a bundle. Not sure what I'll get out of that. Probably, I really don't know. I'll be guessing, but I would expect at least 20 quid. And that was £4 for everything. So that's that lot. Put that out of the way. And then I picked up the complete 1 to 10 of Friends. And there's not a lot of money in the Friends stuff. It's absolutely everywhere. But at the right price, I'll always go on this. And the condition is immaculate on these. All the discs are minty fresh. They are absolutely lovely. It's the nice box set that when you line it up, it makes the skyline of New York as well. So anyway, series 1 to 10 of those, and I paid £10 for it. But this, at least in the meantime, we're going to keep, because my daughter is now into Friends, and she wants to watch through the whole thing. So it's quite mad that my daughter now is into this. I was into this back in the 90s when it first came out, and we had the whole, we collected the whole thing on video back then it was on. And so it's quite weird rewatching it now with our teenage daughter who is fanatical about it. So there's a whole new generation into this now. So yeah, that was a nice little find at £10, but we'll be keeping that one at least for the meantime. And then I found a pair of wired SingStar mics with the USB adapter. Make sure when you do find these that you remember to check if it's got the USB adapter with the little red and blue ports there. So there was that, and then oddly it had a second USB adapter with it. So that was chucked in, and a couple of pretty bog standard SingStar games, SingStar Anthems and Pop World, and I paid £3 for everything. I'll probably do the mics and 2 games as a bundle for probably get about £10 for those. But these you can sell on their own for around 4 quid, so I will put that on as a spare. So that wasn't a bad pickup in the end. And then I grabbed these. These are Trespass snow boots. They're not really the time of year to be selling them. I'll probably sit on these. But they are, the reason I went on them was because they are brand new. I didn't look them up. I figured I couldn't go far wrong. I paid £8 for these. They've still got the tags on with their original price of £54.99. I mean, that you can't always judge the resale value of something by its recommended retail price, but it was enough to sway me to think, yeah, I'll go for these. I didn't even look them up. So I'll probably sit on these until winter and then stick them on. Don't know what I'll get back on them, 30 or 40 I'd imagine. They're quite nice. They're not my size. I mean, they're really nice boots. If they were my size, I may well keep them. But so I grabbed those at £8. And that was it really, apart from a few bits of clothing for the shop, because that's on my mind all the time. There was so much clothing there, I could have filled the back of the car up, but I just picked up a few bits. I'll show you, run through a few little bits. I've got some Gruffalo wellies for 40p. They'll sell easily in the shop, probably about £4. Some little Nike football boots, tiny little size. Can't see the size on them now. I paid £2 on those, but those will probably manage to get sort of 8 or 9, I would have thought. Some more wellies. These are Thomas ones, again from the same stall as these Gruffalos. These were 40p. That sort of thing we'll put out for about £4 or £5. And then a selection of clothing, a nice sort of Parker style coat for 50p. This will be pricing at about £6. A nice Rain Mac L1 for 50p, and we'll sell that for about £5. I grabbed some of these. These are actually brand new. These are Little Miss socks at 50p a pair. there won't be a lot of money in it, but it's perfect for the shop. The original selling price was only $150, but considering they're brand new, I don't know whether we'll just put them out at that or just sell them for £1 a pair. Don't know, but they were ideal for the shop, so I grabbed those. And then several other bits of clothing. I'll show you a few bits. Nice little Next No Fear top for 50p. Looks like it's barely been worn. This one from the same stall definitely hasn't been worn, still tagged. This is a Next sleeveless t-shirt for age 7 years. I got these were they three for £1? Yeah, 3 items for £1, so 33p. We'll probably get a fiver out of that quite easily. And these were nice beach shorts. I think they're Next as well. Yeah, Next. Age 7 to 8 beach shorts. So for £1 for those 3 items, and in the shop we'll get pushing, I would imagine, sort of £14–15. So easy money on those, and I won't show you everything, but there's a bundle of other bits and bobs there. Oh, these were nice though. These are going to go in the shop as well. Pair of roller skates, look like they've hardly been used. A little bit of scuffing on the wheels. I paid £2 on these, but they'll look fantastic in the shop. And I'll probably ask about a tenner for those. So that was that. So a few bits and bobs for the shop. I really don't need to be buying, well, apart from the shoes. I mean, I bought a fair few pairs of shoes because we're going to have a big shoe display in the shop. And before we decided to get back into retail, Andrea cleared, we had tons and tons of really nice kids shoes, and Andrea cleared them all on eBay. So I'm keen to build up our shoe stock again, because I think a lot of our money in the shop is going to be on shoes. So yeah, that was the reasoning behind grabbing the shoes. So yeah, I was hoping to get another video up of progress with the shop, but I didn't really get enough footage. We were so busy in and out all the time. So I'm going to do another video probably early next week. We've sorted out the sign finally. We've got this chap called Paul who's... I've ordered all of the boarding, all the new Dibond aluminium boarding. That turned up last week. And then Paul's coming down on Tuesday to help us fix the new signing up, and then he's going to sign write it. He's actually going to paint the plan at the moment is he's going to paint the main fascia with our Ollie and Molly logo, and he's going to do the vinyl lettering in the windows and on the door. So we're going to put the sign up on Tuesday, and I think he's going to do the sign writing on Friday is now the plan. But anyway, I'll put a video together about progress with the shop, probably sort of Monday, Tuesday time, and show you what's been going on down there. So that's it. So yeah, it's nice to do a little bit of a haul video. Not much exciting really there, but it was nice to get out and pick up a few bits, because I just haven't for ages. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.